Hi, it's Sharon again. I'm here to share with you my Escovitch fish. Normally, the most popular fish that is used for escovation is red snapper, but today I'm using porgies. And I wash them first with lemon. This is the tool I have here. I use it to remove the excess scales off of there. I'm not sure what it's called, but it is fantastic in removing that extra scales that's left behind. So I've washed them properly, and now I'm gonna dry them. You dry them with paper towel, and dry off the excess water, and then you pat them dry. Now I'm putting some flour on this tray, a flat tray. Then I'm going to add a little salt. This is for the coating of the fish. So a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to add some black pepper. Just a little bit. Just so the flour is not bland. And I'm going to add, you know me, my adobo, you guessed it. So I'm going to add a little bit of that as well. And the adobo, this particular shaker has different size. You could make it a lot, so a lot could come out, or a little bit could come out, just as much as you need. I like this shaker. Right, so then you mix it all together. And now we're gonna season the fish. So add some salt, and then we add some pepper, and I'm gonna add the adobo. That's, like I said before, you know already, that's my go-to. All right, so now you turn them over, and you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding a little salt, all three ingredients, the salt, the black pepper, and the adobo, into a little container. And then I'm just gonna mix it all together so I could put it on the inside of the fish, so it will be the same amount of seasoning for each fish. So you rub that in the head, you rub it all on the inside. That's basically what we do to get the inside seasoned properly. So now what I'm doing is getting the flour all coated on the outside of the fish, and you just make sure it's evenly distributed, and you would naturally shake off the excess flour. And you're gonna do this to all four. Make sure the coating is on both sides and it's evenly distributed. And like I said, shake the excess flour off. Now I'm gonna prepare the topping. So I'm cutting the onions circular, not chopped, just slice them. And I'm just using one onion because I only have 4 fish this time. So I'm just chopping one onion. And then I like to separate them so they're like rings. I think it looked nice just for the finishing touch. So I separated them so they have little rings. And you just keep separating. Now I'm gonna add some carrots, and I also cut these in little circles. And you make them thin. Try to keep them as thin as possible. Now I'm gonna add the pimento berries, the onions, and the carrots. The pimento berries are also known as allspice. Here they are, just add those in. Then I'm gonna add some vinegar. And I put enough vinegar because what I'm really gonna do is steam the vegetables. So I put enough vinegar like to cover the vegetables in the pot. And I'm just gonna add a little salt and a little adobo. Then I mix it around, mix it all together, and then I put it on the stove. And I'm gonna let it come to a boil. Okay, now I'm going to put some oil in the pan. You could use whatever oil you prefer. I'm actually using corn oil at the moment. So you put that on, and you put the heat on high. And this is how you tell if it's ready. You put a wooden spoon in the oil, and if it bubbles around the spoon at the base of the spoon, you could see that it's ready. So we're ready for frying. And you just place the fish in the pan, in the frying pan. Do not crowd it. 2 fish at a time in this size pan, it's good. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to flip them over so the other side could get brown. And it seemed to be ready. So I'm going to take these out, put them on a paper towel, and that will absorb the excess oil. Then I'm going to put the other 2 to fry. And we're going to do this, repeat those steps, just do the same thing. And this is what they look like when they're finished frying. Now the topping is also ready. And what I'm doing is pouring it over the fish. I put the fish on a plate and I just pour it over. Okay, so this is what the finished product look like. I hope you guys are willing to try it. It is delicious. I promise you. Comment, share. Let me know if you like it.
I like that food, Nana.